So I have just finished recording some footage with my good friend Clive Hazel, and although the weather was intermittent, it wasn't too bad, but it seems to have brightened up a little bit now. So I thought what I would do is come for a little walk, take some video as I walk, and maybe ramble on a little bit, as us old folks do, about how it used to be when we were younger. So I've just come through Victoria Park, a local park to where I used to live, and now I'm coming onto the mountainside of the valley, and I guess I'm just going to see where this leads. I could take the steep part of the hill and go up towards the targets again, or I can just continue walking and show you the beauty spots. Once more, I'm the Grumpy Grandpa. When I lived close by, I used to do a lot of walking up this area, and at one point I was even running back in the day, a long time ago now, back in the early 80s that would be. Kept myself fit, went to karate, had the crap kicked out of me so many times I kind of stopped going after a couple of years, because the third dan used to pick on me. I guess I just had that kind of face. You can see how wet it's been. Someone's been lighting a fire. Nearly went then. Okay. Still grubby. Let's see where it takes us. As I was saying, karate was good until it wasn't. when I was the local punch bag. Oops. This used to be much wider than it is now. Everything seems to be overgrown. Now there are two possible ways to go: down towards Fern Hill and Glenboy, or up. I think I'm going to go up, because then I'll get more of a choice where to go later. This hasn't changed much over the years. This is pretty much how it used to be back in the 80s. Neither has this section of road changed a lot. This is pretty much as it used to be. Further up we'll have a better view of the valley. It's much more beautiful now. Back, as I said, in the day during the 80s, we had what was known as the furnace-side plant, and they would make these very dense coals to put in the fire. But of course the cost of that was the smoke that used to billow out of that place. Only on certain days could you put washing on the line. It would be so bad. But nowadays, that's gone. And the valley is much greener. Well, it's picking to rain again, but let's hope it doesn't last too long. I see some sunshine in the distance. That might be a good sign. Someone also coming down. Yep, it's raining. This is how it's been. The 3 weeks I've been here already. Or over 3 weeks now. I never remember it being as wet as this when I was living here. Being much younger. Days which were warmer and drier. So much for climate change, I guess. This helps keep the rain off. Can't talk now. This is where it starts to open up a little, so we'll see more of the valley in a moment or two. And then I'll have to decide whether to go up the steep side of the mountain, the quicker way to the targets, if I'm going to the targets at all, or continue on this wide road. Haven't made up my mind yet. Those clouds don't look too promising, do they? open view of the valley there towards Aberdare, and those hills in the distance, well, that would be Brecon Beacons. Very beautiful part of Wales. This is where we just come from. And once more, this is looking over to the other side of the valley there. I blame this weather on Keir Starmer, just because. I don't like him, and so let's blame it on him. Yeah. Ooh. Getting bad now. Of course, the problem is, if I turn back now, then the sun will come out and I'll regret it. The other problem is, if I keep going, who knows how bad it'll get. Which to do, I guess. Hold on. Now I could walk up there, and that way will take me a quicker way, but it's steep and it's very overgrown. Or I could continue this way. Not so steep, not so overgrown, but a longer way. Let's go this way. I don't know what these red and white things are crossing the pathway. Haven't seen these before. No idea what they are. Is that the sun? Here comes the sun, little darling. Here comes the sun. Oh, for 2 minutes at least. Now someone is preparing for a fire and whatnot. Now if I had taken that other route, that's where we would have ended up, right at the top. Over the valley there. Those clouds don't look promising. I have this aching in my bones which tells me I'm gonna get soaked. As I said, I don't know how far up here I'm going to go. It's not because I'm tired or anything like that. I can walk miles, but the weather isn't looking too promising. But if it does hold off, well, I'm going to make towards the targets been there before with me. I've got video of it. But if I make it to there, I'll explain a little more about it. And if I can find some history on it, I'll let you have that too. Maybe if someone loses their way, you know what that is. There's another one. And yet others in the distance. What's that all about, I wonder? Darker. What to do, huh? If I turn back now, I mean, every day could be like this. Oops. Is that the Forestry Commission, I wonder? They must be working up here or something to see that truck move past. Let's go check it out. Looks like the roadway is starting to go down. But to where? That's the question. You may not be able to tell that there is a slope here, but there is one. There are lots of these little streams on this hillside, or this side of the valley, I should say. Well, as predicted, comes the rain again. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad. I still don't know how far up we have yet to travel. It's been a while, it's been a distance. How far? I don't know yet. I don't want to turn back. Not yet anyway. This is. That looks like an arrow of some kind. This is another shot of the valley. it's raining a little hard. Not too bad. More than I like though. Is this a turning? It looks like a turning. Maybe a turning in my path of life. Yes. You're turning back towards where we come from, but higher, climbing higher. Oh, that sky looks a little more promising. Maybe that turn in the road there is a turn in my fortunes. Well, since I've been here, I've celebrated my 68th birthday. I'll give you a clue when it was. I shared it with the late, great Freddie Mercury. This is a little bit of a climb. Of course, not too bad for me. My brother, yeah, he would struggle, bless him. He's 2 years younger than me, and his memory is worse by a little bit. So that makes me feel not so bad. And this is a nice view of the valley. We've travelled from right the way down there. Our distance. We're getting there. We might even make the targets. Let's plod on. That's facing north, or at least northeast. We still have a little way to go, but I'm thinking we are way closer to our goal than if we turn back. We're well over halfway there. So I'm going to carry on. I'm going to see if we can hit the targets. The comedy of what I just said further back there just struck me. That we will hopefully hit the targets. The target. My mind is really getting demented. Don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. So natural resources, that must have been the tractor we saw earlier on. And we'll explain what's coming up. But first, this. Look mountains in the distance, as I said. That's Brecon, the Brecon Beacons, as they're known. That's Mountain Ash, way down there. Telling a grumpy grandpa not to climb on timber stacks. No, too old. I do obey laws most of the time. Look at that. That's interesting. I wonder what's down there. Not gonna find out. Now, if you followed the video I took with my friend Clive Hazel, you will quickly notice that he has a very broad Valleys Welsh accent. I don't have that accent. In fact, at one time, in a little town called Tenby, West Wales, beautiful little seaside town, I was accused of having an English accent. Didn't go down too well. So, Clive has what we would call a proper Welsh accent, see, but. And we hung out together so much. And he mentioned Shagger's Rock. I'm going to say it. And it is what it is called. And he did explain quickly what went on there. Oh, you're just kids. But we used to go and make fun of them, amongst other things. But as you will have realised, Clive is very, very valleys. He's worked in the mines for what we would say donkey's years. And his memory is remarkable. He mentioned names that I had forgot about decades ago. And places. And things we did. But when he describes them, they come flooding back. So maybe my dementia isn't as bad as I'm thinking it is. Yet. Another bend. Where will this take us, I wonder? Oh, more work. More forestry business. And it bears around to the left again, so this will be interesting. At least the rain has stopped. So where do I go now? Where now? Squishway? Or Squatway? Squishway. bit of a bad chest coming on. This is weather. It seeps into your bones eventually. I was talking with Clive earlier on, and I don't remember as kids it being as wet as this. We spent all our days during the summer holidays from school right where you saw, up that mountain plain, getting up to all sorts of mischief. So I imagine you have had another take on the grumpy grandpa talking with Clive. There's a sound in the distance. I don't know if there's work being carried out, but we will soon find out, I guess. No, I think it's an aeroplane. But we've come to another bend in the road, so. And there it is. Where will this lead us? Oh man. And on it goes. Well, there's no turning back now. It's do or die. Probably die. Something tells me I should have taken that muddy road. Maybe if this is a road to nowhere, then maybe we'll turn back and I'll go down that road. Let's find out. There's another one of those things. I have no idea what they are. But I have a sneaky suspicion that I should have taken that other road. I'm going to make up my mind soon whether to turn back and try that route. But I will carry on just a little further before I make my decision. Okay, so decision time. I have come to a fork in the road. Squishway or squatway? Squatway. This actually might take us back to where I should have gone. But I am operating purely on my intuition right now. I have been known to be wrong. But I guess we're about to find out. Now these are everywhere. They must have some profound meaning. What it is, couldn't tell you. It looks like another decision could be looming. Because I think we've come to an intersection, as the Yanks would say, or crossroads, as we Brits would say. this there? What's there? We do have this signpost. Maybe we should take this route. Now, being somewhat of an IT genius, and yes, Q, compared to you, I am. I see my battery is going on my phone, but I had the foresight to bring 2 chargers with me. So, stay with me while I charge up. So, I've got my recharger still plugged in, so it's recharging the phone. The weather is better than it was, a lot better. But I don't know where I am. I've walked a considerable distance since I told you I was charging my phone. But I have no idea where I am. Never been here before. It's beautiful, very nice. And I have a feeling we should be heading that way. Well, it's the way that the road is going, so I have no choice. Let's see where we end up. In any case, I must have gone way further than I thought. Don't know my own walking ability, I guess. My brother had been with me, been making me carry him on my back by now. This is new. Never been here before. Let's take a look. Now This is a visitor centre I've never even heard of. And it mentions Ghetto. Remember Ghetto? Got the statue written down Mountain Ash Town. This is in the middle of nowhere. That is even an eating area. Never knew this existed. Well, well. Darwino Outdoor Centre. Wonder how many visitors they get. I mean, it seems well maintained. Now this will give us some idea where we are. Oh my gosh. We are way off our track. We are here and I need to be over here. No wonder I'm lost. We've crossed the other side of the valley. We are near Llanwino. Oh my gosh. There's Llanwino Church. There's the Brynfynnon pub. There's the reservoir. And what I wanted to be up here somewhere. I wanted to be, there's the reservoir there. We are here. There. The reservoir's there. I wanted to be over here somewhere. Miles off track. Oh well, this looks like somewhere to climb. So the question now is, what am I going to do? I'm miles off my course. I guess all I can do is keep following the track and see where it leads. Must have done miles today. Didn't realize how fit I was. There you go, I guess. Oops. Pardon me. I hope that was a fart. Once more I have a choice. And I really don't know which one to take. What do you think? I can either go down here, or I can continue on the road here. This is the center we just been to. And I was walking along here. I think I'm gonna have to continue this way. So, it's this way. I'm just glad it's not pouring down. Grumpy, lost in the wilderness. It's a good thing I don't live in Alaska. Minnesota's bad enough. At least I can find my way around most places there. Come home, I get lost. Although I have no idea where I am, I'm not that concerned because this road must lead somewhere. It's just the distance I'll have left to walk back home. And that's not a big concern because I love walking. It's one of the things I was looking forward to doing coming home. So this really is a blessing in disguise. And there was I thinking God hated me. This stream runs under the road, ending up down there somewhere. You find that a lot over here. Streams running down under roads and bridges. Sunlight ahead. Now I'm hoping I can get all these videos up while I'm here and not have to wait until I go back home to Minnesota. See, I call Minnesota home when I'm here. When I'm in Minnesota, I call Wales home. It's like having two homes. But this is where my roots are. This is where I come from. The only problem with trying to put this up while I'm here is, as I mentioned in a previous video, my son's bandwidth isn't that good. I think his speeds are something like 30 megabits a second, while mine back in the US is 300. We'll have to see it, I guess. Now I know where I am. If you can see that roof through the trees, that's Showoffs Church. I have a long way to walk home. Now if I'm right about where I am, and I'm pretty sure I am right, this could be a blessing in disguise. Because wandering over here, not knowing, well, I've had to walk. And now I've got to walk back home. Which means I get to take more video. As long as I don't croak it on the way, of course, but oh well. What a beautiful place to die. There's the church. That's where Gittonith Brown is buried. So this is where we've come out by. From there. And this over there is the church. Showoffs Church. And this is the road back home. Let's get to it, I guess. Now, to give you some context, an idea of where I thought I was walking earlier, take a look at this. We came here in the distance there, and I thought we were heading for, you see those fields over the other side? not the far fields, but those there in the distance. That's where I was headed. Long way. Now you can see the targets in the distance there. This line of trees, and then next to it you got that little ridge. That's where I was aiming for. Crazy, huh? I thought we would be coming out here. See that ridge of trees? That's where I was aiming for. Look how far away we are. Further down you have the targets. And just over the mountain, my home where my son lives, and I'm staying. Now I have about 5 miles to walk. Now I could call my son to pick me up. I'm a little too proud for that. Besides, he never let me live it down. So no, I'll walk. Now Clive and I, earlier on, we were up on that hill, not the one in the distance with the trees, but in the foreground. The only trouble with these roads is they are rather narrow. This one isn't too bad. But this is bringing back old memories. When I was a kid, we did this when I was a kid all the time. As I said, then there were far more trees here. Now on the top of that hill, not the one in the very distance, but the one in the foreground, that's where Clive and I were in that later clip, or it might even be an earlier video, depending on how I fit these together. We are coming towards the end of this road, where we will bear sharp left, go down the hill, come to the Combe Bridge, and you will have seen that in one of my last year's videos with my son. And then we gotta climb up the Combe Hill, which is one hell of a drag. But I'm the super grump, so I can do it. It's a good thing I brought that extra charger with me. Look how lovely that is. Especially now the sun has come up. I'm glad I made the decision to carry on. Mountain in the distance there, that's the tip that Clive and I was on earlier, and of course it doesn't look like a tip now, but it was during the days that we were reminiscing over. Oh, it's totally different. Nisabul, 2 miles. Aberpenna or Mountain Ash, 2.5 miles. So we will be bearing sharp left, down Short Hill, and then up the Combe Hill. Oh, now that's going to take it out of me. But I'm the grumpy grandpa. Where are we going? Okay, coming to the Combe Bridge. Now, if you watched the video last year of me coming over with my son, oh, nearly tripped there. You remember this part? We actually went down there, followed the river up, it's a lot overgrown now, but we followed the river up. He tried to have a swing on this rope hanging from a tree and failed. This is the Combe Bridge. And I have a little tale to tell you in a moment. This bridge played a huge part in my childhood. That's the Combe River. That's Bow Street, really. We call it a The tale I have to tell is down here. My dad, who died in 1993, requested his ashes be sprinkled down there. Actually, it'll be up on the left in a place called Cookies Woods. That isn't too far away, but that's going to be for another day. My old neighbour, he put a cross on a tree where we sprinkled my dad's ashes, and he has promised to take me down hopefully tomorrow and find out where we put him. Also, he put a cross on the tree, so he says he remembers the tree. There's the bridge, the Combe Bridge, and this is the climb I have. This will take it out of me. But it's been fun. It's been an adventure, I can tell you. Getting lost, not knowing where I was, and ending up where I did. Wow. Now earlier on, Clive Hazel mentioned our bikes. He had a 3-speed bike. He mentioned somebody else who had a 10-speed derailleur, and I had a 5-speed derailleur. And I hadn't had that bike long, and I was with Clive coming down this hill, and right at this very spot I came off, and I still got the scar on my back right here, and I ended up, I skidded on some gravel and I ended up over here on my back. I was about 12 when that happened, so you can see how long ago it was. Went home, my mom took me up to the hospital after yelling at me and Clive, and the scar was too wide, they couldn't stitch it. That's why I still have it, I think. Oh, this is going to be a bit of a drag, but I will do it. Yeah, because I'm the grumpy grandpa. It's a good job I had that rechargeable power pack. The phone is fully charged now, and I've only got 2 miles to go home. Well, 2 miles uphill. No, halfway uphill. The rest will be down. So we go. I should have brought my AC/DC with me. Help the time go. On the highway to hell, the highway to hell. Oh, oh. I don't know if you can see how steep this is. It's very steep. It's steep for so many kids. Now I'm 68. Still climbing it. But look at the sun. Here comes the sun, little darling. Here comes the sun. Oh. Grandma says how much weight I've lost. She'll have a little bit to say about that. She don't like it. I loves it, I do. I loves it. Oh. Now we're approaching a significant part of the road here. I'll explain now when the cars pass. It might give you some idea just how far off course I strayed. Now on the corner here, there used to be a little bench where you could sit down and have a rest. It's no longer here. It's been gone a long time. Now in the distance, let me move down a little bit so you can see. Over towards the left, that's where we should have come out. That's where the targets are. You see the tree line at the top? Come down a little bit, you see a bit of a hump in the distance. It's between the top tree line and the bottom wall. And halfway up is where the targets are. That's where we should have come out. I think I'll leave it at that. Walk home. that will be sufficient. See my shadow on the floor there? Again, another steep part of the hill. Once we reach the top here though, it's downhill all the way then. Downhill all the way. And the road that's coming up on the right, that's the one Clive and I came out of earlier when we came from the jam pot. We came out and we turned right. Look at the beautiful clear sky now to what it was earlier. That's the road I'm talking about. And once more, when we were kids, on the other side in the corner, that's where there used to be another bench. Again, gone. This is the road we came up and we turned down there. And up in that direction is the jam pot. And further down was the tip Clive and I walked on earlier. Okay, so I'm going to call it a wrap now. Pack my camera away and I'm going to continue walking home. And I'll catch up with you later. Bye.